today's episode on Cooking with Heavy Metal, we are going to do the chocolate pudding and the custard, which is becoming very sought after. You will probably stop looking for custard recipes once you've had a crack at this one. I haven't been able to fail it yet, so it's pretty well a fail-safe recipe. And we will do the pudding first, put it on, and then go about making the custard, which is a little bit different, but really easy. It's a bit like an egg on glaze. First of all, our chocolate self-sourcing pudding. In the bowl first goes 3 cups of self-raising flour. This is for a 12-inch oven. 2 1/4 compacted cups of brown sugar. 1.5 tablespoons of salt. I'll give that a mix to start off with. 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Stir that through. Break down all those little lumps in there. You can sift this shed flour if you like. I haven't noticed a lot of difference to pudding. We want it to combine. We want it to be a firm pudding. I do, more so than fluffy. Okay, into this now, start adding the liquid and our butter. 6 tablespoons of butter. That's soft butter. The milk. 1.5 cups of milk. Now the milk can go up and down a bit, between 1.5 cups of milk to 2 1/4 cups of milk. Something like a good solid batter. I like it nice and runny. I've had them both turn out anywhere in between that there. This is quite a runny enough batter for me. I won't be adding any more milk than the 1.5 cups of milk. Now just keep mixing this till it's all combined nicely. I'm happy with it. You can use a whisk. I prefer a spoon, and then we will spatula this into the oven when I'm happy. Now the last thing to add to this is a splash of vanilla essence. That. We will now go about putting it in a 12-inch oven. I'll grab a spatula, spoon that into there, but I like to have a greased oven, so I'll just put a bit of butter in here. I just like to grease that up first. Happy with that. I see sourdough there. I think that's our 4th one today. They're turning out absolutely beauties. We will show you, the wife doesn't want to show you all the secrets to a sourdough making, but hey, we're not here to hide secrets. Coming up the next few weeks, there'll definitely be a sourdough from start to finish on how we go about producing those beautiful loaves. Who wants to lick the spoon? Righto, into our 12-inch, using a 12-inch Metters oven today. We're only making this so that we've got something for our amazing custard to go with. I'm quite happy to have our custard just on its own, but we thought we'd better make a pudding to put that custard with. I'll tell you, the custard, it's from scratch. There's no custard powder used in the custard. Now, our topping mixture, which I've already put together in this bowl, I'm just going to mix it up now. That's 2 1/4 cups of brown sugar and 6 tablespoons of cocoa. And I just like to combine this up pretty fine. Most lumps of sugar out. And this will sprinkle over the top, and then we'll add the hot water once we take it outside. I've got the hot water on the boil outside in the water fountain. And we'll put this on a nice low simmer heat from the bottom. So the last thing we want is putting it on with too much heat underneath and bubbling it all up through. It'll cook it, but it won't look too pretty. This recipe comes from my auntie. It's chocolate self-saucing pudding. We'll just put all that on there and just spread that around fairly evenly. Like I said, we'll just take it outside now to the fire and add our hot water. Okay, welcome outside. We're just going to finish off this pudding now. I've got my water fountain on here. So on top we're going to add 4.5 cups of hot water on top of the pudding. Put the coals on and let that start cooking while we get on and make this custard that I know you're hanging out for. So that we don't bury a hole in the pudding, we pour it over a spoon. Like I said, we've got 4.5 cups going on here. Make sure not to burn yourself. Whew. Just to try and spread out that fall as it goes in, so you haven't got a volcanic hole made in the middle. This is hot. That's the great thing about those water fountains. Work a treat for hot water, for doing the dishes and for your puddings. And that's pretty level. I like that. Got a beautiful bed of coals here. Good majority of Gidgee wood. Now remember, this is all cold, the ground's cold, the oven's cold, everything's cold. Now we'll put underneath and we'll keep a good eye on this. Because like I said, the last thing we want is that sauce. We don't want that sauce bubbling up through and causing like a big volcanic on the top and making a mess. We just want it hot enough to simmer away, that sauce to thicken while the coals on top starting to bake that batter. And hopefully the top stays relatively smooth. But I do keep a good eye on my puddings. Because it doesn't take much for that heat to get going there and it really start bubbling up. Now we'll get on to making the custard to go with the pudding. Righto, welcome back to the making of the Lee Home Camp Oven Custard. First of all, we'll put 4 ingredients into the bowl here before we go and heat up all our cream. We have 300 grams of caster sugar, half a cup of corn flour, and 12 egg yolks only. You know how to do a little trick with the eggs, just to get the egg yolks. We don't want the white. 12 egg yolks. Now this will feed 15 to 20 easy, this whole mix. Mix all this up. And then I leave this and rest while I go and do the milk and cream. So like I said, some refer to this as an egg anglaise. Creme anglaise, sorry. Now the vanilla essence, it's 3 teaspoons of vanilla essence, which is about what I've got left in there. The bit that involves getting a bit hot for 10 minutes. Over the fire here, let's put our grill plate on. The pan that I use, this is a 15-inch Kendrick. Use the camp oven, but we do big batches for large quantities. I'm just in the habit of using this for our custard and our white sauces, formerly known as a jammed. Just making jam pot. It's a 15-inch. Now into that we put 2 litres of milk. Now this hasn't been preheated, I've just put it on right now, so the pan's cold. So I've got a bit of time on my side at the moment. That was 2 litres of milk. 600 mils of cream. We start that on the heat and we bring it up to the boil. Now a lot of these recipes for this will say that you heat that up, bring it to nearly the boil, put it into this mixture, mix it all up and put it back in. There's a step in there which we've eliminated. We bring this to the boil where C rises up. Once round, we add it to that and that's it, it's done. Start whisking it and whisk when we bring it together. So we'll heat that up now. I'll just grab a little chair that I like to sit down on when I make my custard here over the fire. And this will be about a 10-minute process. We'll quickly check on that pudding. Now the pudding's on. Had a beautiful flat top on it before. But like I said, cold oven where we put it all down. So I added some more coals to it. And it did get a bit of bubbling going and it's wrecked my beautiful meat top I had on it. It's now been in there for about 42 minutes. So we're just thickening up that sauce there now. We'll just let it stay there on the underneath. Great thing about having it on the stand, there was a bit too much heat. I slid it down this end. Yeah, we started out doing all our cooking directly on the coals. We're only doing a few, but when you've got a lot of ovens on the go, on the stands is a U-Butte. One of the best in the business is Patchy that does it on the stands. So I thought, why not get stands? And that's what we use for everything now. Easy add heat, easy take heat along, move the ovens along, get in there under it. Wherever it's on the ground and you've got running 20 ovens, you've got 20 ovens to be lifting up, putting coals underneath. So rack's great, about 175 mil to the top rail off the ground. We just don't hang. That's another way to get hard getting lids on and off. There's only a couple ovens, that's fine. So yeah, this is a little one we just use at home here. It's a cast iron stand, but they're just great, convenient on and off the stands. So we'll just start whisking this mix in here now. I'll just grab my chair and it'll be about 10 minutes of whisking here. Here we go. See it? Sometimes you get it right up to the edge. You think it's just about to go over the side. Pouring this into this mixture. You've got a bit of bubbling coming through there. That is all right. It is going to taste delicious. Product, the Lehame custard and mayonnaise chocolate pudding. Enjoy. It's not that hard to do. 45 minutes, all cooked, all done. While the pudding was on, we did the custard. And like I said, that is a simple process. We haven't made a far the custard yet. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little bell button next to subscribe. Share. Details below in the links for everything you need to keep spreading the word and keep getting good camp oven cooking out there for more to see, more to do.